Leslie and I have known each other since early childhood. We grew up on the same country road in Mississippi.
I think why we're good for the community of Mississippi is because we're a product of this community. We are just two country guys, and we were embedded with what I call the diamonds of good character.
Come, join the family, and help us build the community.
In 1958, I met Martin Luther King Jr. and it set me on a path to get involved. I got in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble. This young man, my friend, my brother, Jim Spurr, we both gave blood, a little blood, at the Greyhound bus station in Montgomery. Blood to redeem the soul of America, to change our country, to make it better. So when someone said to me, John Lewis, never have changed, I feel like saying, come and walk in my shoes. I will show you change. You will not see the signs that we saw. Those signs are gone, and they will not return. The only place that you will see those signs today will be in a book, in a museum, on a video. Our country is a better country, but there's still basic human needs that must be met. And I appeal to you as graduates to go out there and find a way to get in the way. Go out there and find a way to get in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble, to make our country and the world community better.
Good trouble.
Yes, sir.
Let's get in some good trouble.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go. It's Friday. We almost at the finish line now. Let's go.
Let's get it. We're almost here. Let's get it. We got a lot to get into. So, it is, you and I was chatting before the show started about Texas. And I think it's official. We can officially say that Texas is the largest battleground state.
Bruh, you late to the party.
I am late to the party.
I've been telling you that for so long now. I'm kind of bored by that discussion.
I'm late to the party, but I finally made it to the party.
Yeah. Don't jump on the bandwagon now because Kamala Harris is barnstorming across Texas. Yeah, but in all seriousness, it's shaping up just like I thought it would. Because there's one thing about it, all these people on TV, and I want to say this for our viewers and for anybody else that they show this to. People who work on television, their job is to get you locked in so that you will watch the next night, and the next night. So they got to create a horse race. Politics flow better when there is a horse race, meaning that it's two candidates jockeying for position and it's close and it might be a comeback. And 2016 provided them with a foil. So now they can say, oh, but wait, we can't say Joe Biden is going to win because Donald Trump may come back. Miss me with that, brother. Truth is the conclusion of the Donald Trump show, and he will be fired.
Are you going to use his own words against him, Charles?
Right? You're fired. So when you hear them talking all that stuff, I started getting calls and texts around 5 o'clock this morning. Oh my gosh, Trump is coming back. No, he's not. Trump got a solid 40 to 44%, maybe 45 on a good day.
And that's just not enough. But I say this. Hey, we got to keep pushing because it's not over yet. We got to keep pushing. The fat lady has not sung yet. And what I mean by that is The polls are not closing. As long as the polls are open, we got work to do.
Oh yeah, run it up. It's time to run it up now.
See, in a sports term, this is what happens when the team that you're playing, the opposing team, give you bulletin board material during the week. Yeah, this is what we mean when we say run up time. When they give you that bulletin board material, when they tell you your defense is soft like toilet tissue, can't tackle nobody. Yeah, your offensive line is weak and can't block anybody. Your coaching is suspect. Your decision making is lacking. There's no way that you can beat this. In fact, we're gonna take the night off and still beat you. That's bulletin board material. When you have bulletin board material, it ignites something in you that's a little bit different than a regular fire. Y'all, you know a little bit about that bulletin board material, don't you?
Oh yeah, I know about it. I'm still a little peeved at the black folks though.
All right, well, come on. Let's talk.
I'm gonna just put it out there.
All right.
I expect better. Now, we getting hit with a lot of misinformation saying that black men not gonna vote. As a black man, I take that as an insult to my intelligence. Have y'all not figured out that the only way that they can beat us is to divide us, to put so much disinformation out there in the air until it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy? That's what they want.
Well, Charles, be a little bit clearer, man. So when you say you're disappointed, why are you disappointed? What has transpired? Because, some people might be tuning in late and they're like, well, wait a minute, what is Charles talking about? What is he going off about today? So back
what
up.
I'm going off about is all these people that hang on every word that's on television. That stuff is out there to create a horse race.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it out there. I mean, if we think about how we started off the week, there was this supposedly, I don't know. I mean, it's so much. It's something every day, right? Supposedly expert attacking Biden and Hunter Biden and that old thing again. And then and then there was something else the next day, and that's politics.
I mean, here's the deal, people. Get your eye on the prize. Get your vote in. Your vote is your franchise. You are the franchise player. If you don't vote, you don't score. If we all vote together, we score really big. They know this. That's why they have lawsuits filed all across the country. Because they realized, we were waiting on election day. But see, we beat them to it. We treated election day like election month, and we almost at 90 million votes. So don't be fooled by all these pundits telling you that Florida is this and Florida is. You can't hang on that every word. If you want to win Florida, get on one of those apps with one of the organizations. You can go to the Apple Store, the Google Store, and get the Vote Joe app and do some work. If you want to win Florida, you can't win it watching television. You can't win it on social media. You got to actually put some skin in the game. You want to win it? Donate. You want to win it? Take 9 people to the polls.
So you said we got to put some work in.
Yeah. Everybody want to watch TV and see what the result is. Forget all of that. Go work for it. If you feel like your country needs a change, then get out there and push the wheel a little bit.
Elbow grease.
That's right.
All right. I feel that. I mean, it only makes sense.
Yeah. Don't sit around and woe is me about what Joe Biden doing or what Kamala Harris is doing. Get out there and help them. That way you don't have time to complain.
That's fun. If you're working, you can't complain, right?
That's right.
Guys, here's the thing, and my message to you: if you've only taken yourself to the polls, you hadn't done enough yet. You're not done yet. Let's encourage. I don't listen. I encourage. I talk. Everybody I talk to, you voted yet? When you going? You need a ride. What's the issue? Because here's the thing, and I heard Kamala Harris say this. I heard Kamala Harris say this earlier today. is that, yeah, people get tired of hearing from you, but they'll get over it.
Yes, they will. They get
They
over.
understand what's bigger at play, the bigger picture.
That's right.
Go express your vote if you think we need to change. Period.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Exercise your right and get into some good trouble.
Yeah. If you want to get into good trouble, I mean, it's out there for you to get into.
So let's get into some good trouble. I got this question, Charles. So I'm gonna pull this up because even today, now this is, you want to talk about, you got on your hearts about what kind of tick you off this week. This is what kind of ticks me off, because even today, I had someone tell me, a colleague, I don't think this coronavirus thing is real. And to be honest with you, I had to catch myself because, as I tell people, I am a Christian. I don't apologize for that, but sometimes, as I heard Steve Harvey say one time, I might be entry level. So, depending on what you say, it might get a reaction out of me that I'm supposed to have. But in this case, here's the reality, folks. I don't need you to think. I need you to know. So let me give you the facts. For those of you who say, for that individual, because I made sure I told them, tune into the show today, that you don't know if it's real. All right? Let me point something out to you. 9.02 million Americans can verify to you is real. 229,000 of them can't. Not yet anyway, because they're not here anymore. They have sacrificed and paid the ultimate sacrifice for you to understand that it's real. I've been tracking this, and for weeks now. 20 years of Vietnam, we lost 245,000 people. In less than a year of Corona, we had 229,000 and 9 million people have been infected with the virus. Is it real? You tell me. These are the facts. You ain't got to think. No. That's the slogan of the day. Don't think. No. See, the facts give you knowledge. So you don't have to think. See, when you're making assumptions, you're thinking. I don't want you to think. I want you to know. So for anybody that tells you that bull swaggle that they don't know if it's real or not, we got 9.02 Americans you can go talk to that can confirm to you how real it is. And I guarantee you ain't got to look far because there's one very close to you.
Yeah, we
I just wanted to get that out there because that gets on my. You know how I am about that. Is it real? That's like asking me, there's a day called Monday. Is the sun real? Do you see the sunshine every day? We don't have a light bulb big enough to turn on lights across the world.
Well, here's the thing. We gotta work with each other. We do have to work with each other. And I think the best way to do that is to just keep explaining, keep saying, keep talking. Because sometimes you have to say stuff over and over and over until people get it.
And I don't mind. I don't mind. Because
that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. You still got to jump in with your questions, jump in with your comments. But the reality of it is, this has been the most deadliest attack. And this is just USA numbers. This has been the most deadly attack on the world. It has no respect of person, country, creed, or color. If nothing else, this should unify us under one cause.
But one thing about it, you can't turn off a virus. So all these people that are denying it, all these people that's got so-called corona fatigue, take your end out there with that corona fatigue and see what real fatigue feel like when you get corona.
Yeah.
It's on the move in 40 states.
I've said it all the time. You've heard me say that this election, and this is not about it. I'm gonna say this because we have friends on both sides of the aisle, all around the world. I can have an intelligent debate, a discussion with anybody. This right here is a humanity issue. This is all of us represented in this number. This is every color. This is every income class. This is every demographic socially. This is every part of America, big town, small town, inner city, urban, country. It's all here. Hey. So that's all of us. And so this is an American issue. And I think that we all have to realize that sometimes there's a cause that's greater than any of our individual cause, and that's the humanity cause. So when John Lewis said get in good trouble, that's what he was referring to. We got to get in some good trouble for the right type of thing. This is the right type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, look at it this way. If you don't want to wear a mask for yourself, wear it for the person next door. Wear it for the person that's walking down the sidewalk that's got 2 children at home that you don't know anything about. And you may be asymptomatic. And if you don't have your mask on, you infect them and they infect the kids. And that sets off a chain reaction. We got to think bigger than just ourselves. It's a patriotic thing to do to wear a mask at this point. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck inside forever.
And look, and look, on a side note, I got to tell you, it's some benefits to a mask too. You know, it's just some coincidental benefits. I give you a point. So I went, had to go in the store the other day, and I had my mask on. You know, I got my mask on. I got, you know, and it was cold out here in Dallas this week, so I had on my hoodie and it was cold. Mm-hmm. And ironically, I saw a person that normally is always hitting me up for something, you know, always. And we probably about as opposite as we can be. But the funny thing about, I walked right by him and they ain't recognize me. I was like, hey, I'm just saying. There are some.
You got one of those ninja masks?
They did not recognize me.
What you got on?
In fact, I was enjoying it so much, I just got real close to them and they still didn't recognize me. I said, man, this is all right.
So you basically playing hide and seek in the grocery store. Okay, then. All right. So this is what I want to do, Liz. I sent you a couple things. I want you to put them up because I'm thinking you see this Nate Silver piece.
Yeah.
I want you to put that up so people can have that as a resource.
All right, we'll go to that one first.
Yeah, put that up.
You go sending me that Twitter stuff, man. You know, I tell you. Hey, you know, I don't even know my Twitter login. Hold on. See, I have to go. Mm-hmm.
I get it for you.
Yeah, get it for me. Go to the next one. But in the midst, while he's pulling it up, wear the mask, guys. There's all kinds. There's all kind of styles. I mean, you look. And the funny thing, I was, and somebody brought up another interest point I didn't think about, and it was real. He said, you know what? I don't know why I have been. And they said to me, this was a person that didn't want to wear masks, hadn't been wearing masks. And they said they got a revelation of it. They said, look, I just realized every time I go hunting, I mask all the way up.
Yeah.
No pandemic.
It's no different.
It's super cold. I got the skull, ain't nothing out but my eyes. He said, this ain't nothing but a half of a face. He said, why am I? He said, let me put this mask on. Yeah. I said, it took you 8 months to get there, but I'm glad you got there.
That's right. Never late to know. All right, I just sent it to you. So
all right.
Put that up so people have it because I keep getting a lot of questions about, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Just like you made a plan to vote, you need to make a plan to celebrate. Just celebrate safely.
Where'd you send it to? You sent the clip?
Yeah.
Is that the Project 538?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Just something to get you thinking. And everybody can go to 538.com and pull this up. When to expect election results in every state. So that way you can Relax a little bit, breathe a little bit. But I guarantee you, if you do everything that you can do, campaigns have a funny way of taking care of themselves. Good, bad, or indifferent. Because there's only so much that you can do. Now, it hurts the most when all you do is sit around and watch TV talking about you want Joe Biden to win, and you hadn't done anything to help him win. And then you have a whole bunch of down ballot candidates in every state that need help. You got issues that's going to affect you on the local level that you could be helping with.
Well, Charles, hold on. You asking people to do work, and I'm going to err on the side of people. Now, not everybody understands what they can do, and some people might just understand, man, what can I do? I just don't know what I can do. So what can they do, Charles?
I'm gonna give them one thing. If you do one thing,
okay. You got to give them something.
All right, I'm sending you this on Glip. You can put it up. This is easy. They can use this to reach out to their circle of influence.
Okay.
And it's the same thing in the Google store for Android users. You see that?
I got it.
You can get on there and do some recruiting. You can get on there and make some calls. Don't just sit around scratching.
There you have it.
And being anxious. Get up, get out, get something. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the days of your life pass by. You don't remember that. You're a little bit too young. You're a little bit too young for that. That's that outcast right there, son.
But I am young now. I'm younger than you.
Yeah, you wish. Nah, that's that outcast right there. Outcast and good mob. See what I'm saying?
Took it back then.
That's right, because Georgia's in play, baby. Georgia's on my mind.
Well, Georgia is in play. I think we're hitting head now on Sunday. So
whole momentum got a way of working things out. I think I told you Georgia was in play months ago, but you didn't believe me.
Man, look, I admit I have not believed. It took me a while to come around to believing, but I see it.
I'm gonna tell you, Arizona's in play.
I can definitely see that. I saw that one a long time ago, even before.
North Carolina is in play. Yeah. Ohio is in play.
Yeah.
Iowa's in play.
A lot in play. Pennsylvania, of course, is in play.
No. They want you to think Pennsylvania's in play. It's not.
It's in play on the other side of the house.
No, it's not.
It's actually off the map.
That's where they get to. That's where they get to their horse race foolishness. If Joe does this, then Trump does this. No, man, no. Stop it with the foolishness. Looked at the numbers. I'm coming back and I'm telling y'all now. If everybody runs through the tape and vote like they're supposed to, Pennsylvania is not in play. The only reason that you file a lawsuit to try to stop it from counting at a certain time is because you have looked at inside of your campaign. Y'all do realize now they show us the public numbers. They have other numbers that they're looking at, and they looking way more specific. Give you the same pro tip that I gave my class. If you want to be able to look at what's going on at a state, you need to be able to look at congressional district polls, because that tells you that's what they use to allocate resources, meaning De Niro. So that's going to be on point.
Well, let's talk about it. Switching gears, as we go into the home stretch, I wanted to talk about some of the key races that are at play. We talked about them Tuesday. I wanted to revisit those and kind of remind people, depending on where they are and what state they're in as they go into the ballot in some of the key states. I wanted to make sure they were aware of what's at play and what's at stake. So we can start with South Carolina with Lindsey Graham and
Jamie Harrison.
Jamie Harrison,
yeah. Look, y'all, I know some of y'all tired of Jamie asking for money, but he gonna need money to win. Everybody see that he raised $56 million and they like, oh, that's enough. No, it's not. Because he's got to do social media. He's got to do digital. He's got to do get out the vote, where he pays people to actually go knock on doors and try to get these votes. He got to do radio. He got to do TV. And he's got to do outreach to other candidates that's running.
And let's be quite honest, it's not like he's the only one out there asking for money right now. So is his contender, the incumbent.
Yeah, but that's a front because the Republican senatorial campaign just dropped $26 million out the blue.
Yeah, they did.
They were just holding their power till Jamie ran down his money a little bit. So you got to be mindful of that. If you want him to win, you got to send him some of them coins.
You got to send him some of them coins, Charles.
Yeah,
Charles. Let's talk about that a minute, because a lot of times I don't think, and I'll speak for myself and family and friends chime in. Love to hear your thoughts, but from what I've seen historically, is that we don't really fully grasp the concept of the translation of money to running a race successfully and where all that money goes. So when you hear somebody says, "Hey, they got a war chest of $50 million," now to the average voter, the average American working, they hear that number, they're like, "Well, they don't need nothing from me. Here I am, I barely got $10. What? They got 50 million. If they can't win on 50 million, then they don't need to win."
Yeah,
so,
but that's a relative statement to their pocket.
I know.
You ain't running for Senate.
I know.
To the person that's saying that, you're not running for Senate. So what you need to look at is look a little bit bigger. Y'all watch a lot of TV. I know that. So it costs a lot of money to advertise on TV.
A lot, guys. So when you think about it, and it's not like just because they're in politics, they're giving them a break on these ads, man.
No,
this is how TV stations make their money during the political season.
Yeah, the only break that they get is they have something that's called equal time. So you can get up to the same amount of time as somebody else, but the TV station want their money.
They want their money.
And they want it paid for about a week.
Hey, they want their money and they want it now.
Yeah, they're not gonna front you the money and pay your ad and then you dip off into the sunset.
No, because they know then, and this is just a business tool, guys, because if they were to do that, then all their leverage is going to collect.
That's right.
So if you look at you running a spot, let me put it in perspective. So if you think about, and this is the most expensive advertising you can get, and we're going to cross parallels, and I'm going to pull up some numbers on what it looks like in a senatorial race, but the Super Bowl for a 30-second spot last year or this year in February, 30-second spot went for over $3 million for 30 seconds. One, just one. So 50 million don't go very far. So when you start talking about when you're running for a senatorial race, U.S. Senate, that's statewide. That's every TV market in the state. That's statewide. That's across all the channels. That's even in the primetime shows. And let's face it, where they trying to get the advertising space? In the primetime shows that y'all all watching. Because that's when I can get in front of you.
Yeah, because that's especially in a pandemic. I just sent you something in Glip. You can pop that up there. It's 2 sentences. This is how you win, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you win. You see that?
No, it didn't come across yet. There it is. Okay.
Yeah. That's how you win.
Well, he has reserved more than 11.1 million in October and November, according to an ad tracking firm.
Yeah.
Graham has reserved 1.5 million worth of time.
That's how you beat it. That's how you beat an incumbent. Because the incumbent has already got name recognition. You got to build up your name recognition. And then you have to go where your voters are. Black people listen to a lot of drive time radio. That's expensive.
It is. It is. Let's just face it.
Yeah. Then there are others of us who want to listen to XM radio. That's real expensive.
Yeah, because it's membership driven. So it's real expensive.
So, you know, then you got to go out. You got to have the pamphlets for the church. You got to have your ads for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All that costs money.
I noticed you didn't say church. You said the church.
That's right. The church want his money.
Everybody want their money.
Yeah, everybody got their hand out now. But that's why it's important. Instead of sitting around moaning and groaning about these polls, because there's one thing about the polls now. They just did their last poll dump today. They about to go on vacation. So in order to create a horse race and get you interested, they're going to drop those polls. And I'm telling you, let our viewers be more prepared than everybody else. A poll is a poll is a poll. Polls don't vote.
So, we look, y'all mighty quiet today, family. I hope y'all out voting. Y'all mighty quiet today.
He said, your daddy on here. What's up, coach?
What? You got him watching, huh?
What's going on, coach?
Look, we know for a fact it was instilled in us the power of voting, but I think even more significant is the growth that we're seeing in voting, particularly not just across the battle states, but across all states, particularly in Generation Z and Generation Y. It is, the growth there is astounding, and it's only getting higher and higher as we get closer to the election. So that's positive to see. We haven't seen that even in 2016, even in 2018 in the mid primaries, nowhere close to what we're seeing now. So those are all good indicators. But we still have work to do.
Yeah, so I want you to do this. I want you to put up a couple things because I know anxiety is high and I know I get to fussing at people. I want you to put up that picture that I sent you about Joe Biden's legal team so people can hear from me what this means.
All right.
That's the first thing. Then I want you to put up the information about the ballot because at this point it's too late to put any ballots in the U.S. Postal Service. You got to walk them in. Now, this came out today. If Trump want to go to legal war, Joe Biden said, let's go.
4,000 lawyers standing by are already working in Florida to either avoid or combat an election recount next week.
Yes, sir.
We didn't say 4. We said 4,000.
Right. This won't be Florida 2,000 people. If you want to go to war, he's ready.
What's that say? We ready.
That's right. So, hopefully that will help you sleep better tonight. But take it from me. That's bigger than most law firms.
It's bigger than a whole lot of law firms, Charles.
I'm talking about big boy law firms.
Yeah, I know. That's bigger than a whole lot of law firms.
Yeah, I'm talking about, you got a whole fleet of lawyers on every floor. That's a big law firm right there. 4,000, that'll get it.
That'll get anything you need right there.
And I'm pretty sure Neil Katyal, for anybody who's not familiar with that name, he used to be a solicitor general. That means he spent all his time in front of the Supreme Court arguing cases. Not the state Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court. He can go get it.
That's the biggest court in the land.
That's right. He can go get it. So I just want y'all to know that. Put that under your hat. Ready to go. The other thing, if you are in Mississippi, Monday morning, I need all of you to check your precinct because they monkeying around with the black precinct. They got it approved back in July and didn't tell anybody. And so they have moved over a whole bunch of precincts around.
What do you mean move, Charles?
Meaning when you go to vote, that precinct might not be there. So you need to call your clerk and find out if your precinct is in the same place.
And you need to do this Monday.
Yeah, don't
Monday.
Don't wait till Tuesday now because they're not going to answer the phone. Do this Monday.
And
especially if you're in the Ridgeland area, they just jammed y'all into they combine you into pretty much an all-black precinct. So it's gonna be about 4,000 people voting at the same precinct. So I need y'all to find out where you are so you can act accordingly. As Michelle Obama said, get you a brown bag, get you a banana, get you a sandwich, get you some breakfast, get you some dinner, get you some lunch, Don't leave out of that spot until you vote.
So what it sounds like to me is because we have states like Mississippi and some other states that are in the same predicament as Mississippi's in, where you don't really have early voting, and you're going to have a lot of people going to the polls on Tuesday, and they're not making it easy. So we've got to be proactive as opposed to reactive.
Yeah, be proactive because they want to stall us out.
Yeah, and and look, what's the law say? As long as you're in line, they cannot close the polls with you in line. You
don't get out of line. Do not get out of line. It's your vote. You got to exercise. The only way you can exercise it is being in line. When they say next, go vote.
Yeah.
Might take a little while, but as John Lewis said, he shed a little blood for his vote. So that means he shed a little blood for ours.
Said just a little blood. Just a little blood. Guys, this is worth getting in good trouble for. This is worth getting in good trouble. It reminds me of those who walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge with just the intent, to do something simple. They got in good trouble.
And what you have to remember is this. Why would somebody go to the amount of trouble it takes to keep you from voting? If your vote,
why would they go through that much trouble?
Yeah, if your vote really didn't matter, why would they go through that much trouble? And it's simple. It's because your vote does matter. But it's you can't look at it as I'm one individual. You're a part of a collective.
So you can't look at the micro, right? On the macro, you got to look at the big picture.
That's right.
I think a lot of times, particularly in our community, we don't look at the big picture. We look at the present day state, is what I call it, the right now. But, I know I can look back and, what about you, Charles? If we just look back over the past 5 years ago, and honestly, all of us could probably say, man, if I would have taken action on that 5 years ago, look where I would be now. But I didn't, because I was only looking at my present day reality and the present day sacrifice. And so I didn't get in a good enough trouble to make that sacrifice then. So 5 years still coming. Whether you make that to get in that good trouble or not, and 5 years come, and now all you can say is, man, I wish I would have. Don't be like that. Don't be like that this time.
And then the other thing is, you have to long game this thing. I've often said Republicans are the best in the world at having a farm league. They have people ready to go. They start them at the county, local level, city and county, small government, and they bring them up through the ranks. And then it's next.
Now, who you say is good at that?
The Republicans.
Oh yeah, they are.
Because they'll wait. They've been planning for 30 years to get this many Supreme Court justices on the court. And they waited, and they waited, and they waited, and now they executed.
Long game.
Yeah.
Long game.
What we do is we vote one time, and if everything don't get changed in 100 days, I ain't voting no more.
100 days? How about 50? The first 30, listen, guys. I remember hearing that, and what was that, 2008?
Yeah. Or we'll vote for president and then won't vote for Congress or DA or sheriff or mayor. And we wonder why when Obama was president, everybody thought Obama could fly and drive a ship at the same time.
Yeah. No, the kicker for me when President Obama was elected, and then somebody told me, so now I can finally get my garbage collection fixed.
Right.
I'm thinking like, no, that's local.
Yeah.
That's local. You need to vote local. So, but we've the bottom line is, I don't care if it's dog catcher. And my dad taught me this, and shout out to him, but you vote for that dog catcher to make sure you get the right dog catcher so the dogs can get caught. You vote. When there's an opportunity to vote, you show up and you exercise your right. And I do that.
That's right. That's right.
So, Charles, What else? So we talked about South Carolina. What's going on with SB and Cindy? Well, I got to talk about this one. So now, so there was a announcement. I don't know if it was a PA. I don't know what it was that her campaign put out. But she said, and I paraphrase it, but she basically made a reference to Mississippi's 82 counties, but she didn't call them 82 counties. She said 82 states. Now, we don't have but 50 of these United States.
Yeah, but it's a pattern. It's a pattern at this point.
The bigger picture, though, was Cindy Hyde-Smith is running against Mike Esby, which is really a rematch because she was elected in a special election to replace. Help me out, Charles. Thad Cochran. Mm-hmm. So she was there. She's been in Washington for what, 2 years? Or three? Three. Okay. Now, that's the setup for it. This race is close. There's a chance, but you got to show up and vote. So that's the Mississippi senatorial race for United States Senator Mike Espy is up against Cindy Hyde-Smith. Yeah. You got to show up to the polls.
And the one thing I want to stop hearing is that, Mike Espy can't win. Yes, he can win. He will win. If you do your part. If you go do your part, he'll win. Stop sitting around saying what he can't do.
Here's the thing about it. And I believe this. If you think you can't, you can't. Here's the saying. If you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, you're right. So which one you want to be?
You got to shoot the shot in order to win.
Bottom line.
And he's ready. He's capable.
Moving up to Tennessee. Got an important race in Tennessee there.
Yeah, y'all consider donating to Marquita Bradshaw. She's the first Black female to run for the United States Senate in Tennessee. Single mother, climate activist. The Democratic Senatorial Committee is not really putting any money into her race because she beat their preferred candidate. They put all their money into the race, and she beat him with basically a Kroger bag and some tennis shoes. Huh?
If that's not the democratic process,
right?
That's democracy at its finest, right there.
Yeah, just because you got money don't mean that makes you better. And she's out there putting it on the line every day. She's a regular brown girl with black girl magic. So y'all consider looking into her race and helping her out. Right. Adrian Perkins is in Louisiana. West Point graduate, mayor of Shreveport, highly decorated, very focused young man. Could make a difference.
Come on, Nolens. Come on, Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Let's go, Shreveport. Let's go. Right.
Monroe and everywhere else. Let's go.
Let's go. Moving on over. Let's come on up the line. So we hit Tennessee. We hit Louisiana, coming on over to Texas. We got, obviously, we got a couple. We got Colin Aldridge against the Republican challenger there. Important race, Collin County.
That's a congressional race.
Yeah, that's a congressional race there. And then we have John Cornyn, I think it is, against MJ Hagar.
Senate race. MJ Hagar, here's what I need y'all to do, because this is not disinformation. The technical breakdown on this Senate race is you have a lot of people who believe in balanced government. And so you got a lot of people who are willing to vote for Joe Biden and then turn around and vote for John Cornyn. So this is where issues come in. You need to know your issues. Sending John Cornyn back is not going to help you get social justice reform. Sending John Cornyn back is not going to help you fix the climate because he don't believe in science. Sending John Cornyn back is not going to help you fix the pandemic because this is the same fella that put up a picture of a Corona beer and said it's going to be over soon.
That's right.
You need people that actually want to fix things. He wants to be in the leadership of the Senate and not help the people of Texas. MJ Hagar is a retired pilot with a Purple Heart and 2 kids. Mm-hmm. She know how to get stuff done. And then you have a whole slate of people that Nancy Pelosi is running out there for Congress to help with organizing and infrastructure. And then the biggest thing is, to me, in Texas, the biggest thing is, of course, we want the presidential. That's the prize. But the bigger thing is redistricting.
Yes.
You need 9 seats in the state house over there in Austin.
Yep.
Win those seats, and you will get a seat at the table in drawing fair lines so that you can get representation that looks like you and thinks like you. All that is on the back.
Let's comment, Charles, because redistricting is something that's super important in every state. Let's talk a little bit about why, because I know there's a lot of confusion on there. What exactly is redistricting? Why does it matter? How does that help us? Talk a little bit about redistricting.
In simple terms, if you take a map and you draw from your house and you draw a circle around it, that's all redistricting is. In other words, you have so many congressional seats that are awarded to your state based off of the census that just finished. Texas is going to get more seats because of population growth. Whoever is in power at the state house gets to draw those maps.
Yeah, but go deeper. Why is it important, and how can them drawing a line affect? Because what I want people to understand, how is it you can have a district that is pretty much minority black and brown, but yet the way the district is drawn, they have a very small chance of ever winning that seat. So I think I want to make it clear.
Actually, it's not that they have a small chance of winning that seat. What they do is they pack all the black and brown people into a seat that you can win. Thereby, it creates more opportunity for them to win the other seats.
That's my point.
And it lasts for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you want it to be spread out so that you have equal opportunity.
Instead of just having 1 or 2 seats.
Yeah, they'll give you a seat at the table, but they're going to give you the seat they want you to have. But you have to have representation in the state house because that's where those lines are drawn. And they last for 10 years.
Yeah. It's also how the money is allocated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, district-wise, they're going to draw businesses out and they're going to give you the cow pass. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was just trying to get all the way down.
Yeah, but I'm not going all the way into that because the most important thing is we just need you to vote. We can have another whole show about that one day later. Right now, it's about why do you need to vote?
Vote.
You got to vote. And you got to take somebody to vote. You might have to chip in a couple coins. I just got 3 text messages. They want me to make calls tonight and tomorrow. Okay.
Let's go.
I mean, if that's what it takes to win, because I want to be able to sit back. I want to be able to be like Red Auerbach. I want to be able to light me a stogie, baby. You see this right here, Bros for Cam. In honor of her trip to Texas, which I told everybody it was going to happen. Nobody believed me.
You did tell me. You did tell me. You know, hey, we doing our part. We ready. And, you know, I know your Fred is strong doing this part out here. My Fred is doing this part out here. And so are the rest of the Divine Nine.
We had a wonderful meeting. The Divine Nine did yesterday.
Yeah. Divine Nine is doing his part.
Yeah, and gonna show up in mass. So, I mean, at this point, it's just time to go out there and get it.
Well, now you sent me something that said the South has something to say.
Yeah, I did. That was from 1995 Source Awards, Outkast.
What did they have to say, though?
That's all they had to say. The South got something to say, and they backed it up with creativity, craftsmanship, and they showed the South to be cool. And like I told you, my working thesis is all those people ended up over there after Freaknik anyway. They got stuck over there. I don't know if they had car trouble or they just had so much fun out there with Keith Sweat and everybody else walking down the hill in Piedmont Park. I can neither confirm or deny that I was there. But hey,
you being too descriptive.
Hey, I'm just saying though. Look,
I'm just saying.
All the people ended up over there after Freaknik. They never left. And
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
And the population just kept expanding from there.
You know what? It did seem like Atlanta just blew up overnight.
I'm just saying.
Wait. The 90s was the boom of Atlanta. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, and it's still growing though, and it's diverse. And one of the things that we talk about in our class is coalition building. You can't be Black in this world alone. You can't be Asian in this world alone. You can't be Asian Pacific in this world alone. You can't be Hispanic or Latinx in this world alone. Learn how to communicate and take your collective votes, put your collective votes with their collective votes. Now you got some real power.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Now you can make a difference.
Right. Because one of the things that they were, so all of this voter suppression, Ruth Bader Ginsburg warned about it when they did the Shelby County decision several years ago. All these southern states reverted to their old habits. Before they gutted the Voting Rights Act, they had to get pre-clearance for all these poll closures, all these gimmicks with the voter ID and all that stuff. Just a quick history lesson. One of the reasons that was in place is that in New Jersey, some off-duty police went to the polling place with guns on to intimidate Black folks from voting. That's one of the ways that those pre-clearance items got in there in the first place. Fast forward to 2020, they take it out. This is what happened. Texas is the most restrictive, but it's a southern strategy.
Gotcha.
But I've always said the way you beat a strategy, and if Coach Peters is on here, he can tell you about running that dive play. What you call it, the T42 trap?
T44.
T44. Keep running it. You keep running it.
Run it till they stop it.
That's right.
You gotta get them out. Look, the strategy was sense. If they're vulnerable here, you gotta. If they're gonna stack the box, if they're gonna stack to try to take away your greatest asset, your strongest weapon, then you gotta hit them where it hurt.
That's right.
Until you get them out of it.
And so right now we hitting them in the ballot box. We moving on them, huh? We moving on them. If we go together. And look at this. So that's the southern strategy. That's one side of it. But you got to put people in place by voting for these local races that can change some of that. Perfect case study for the United States. Linda Hidalgo won judge in Harris County.
Yeah.
And then she said, I'm going to stop some of this closing. I'm going to expand it. So she get the young brother, Chris Hollins, 34 years old. Give me some ideas on how we can expand this. He's a graduate of Yale and Harvard at 34 years old. Of course, he got some ideas. And he got energy.
He got a lot of
creativity. He's 34 years old. So he beat them at their own game. She said, how much will it cost? About $30 million. Prior to that, and so here are the numbers to back up what I'm saying. When Obama ran, he won Harris County by 979 votes. Do you hear me?
That's it.
That's it.
Now that's significant. That's real significant now. You didn't say 979,000.
No, less than 1,000.
You said 900. Wait a minute. So let me put it in a different perspective, guys. Harris County is mostly Houston. So he won Houston and surrounding area, Houston Metro, by 979 votes.
979 votes. But at that point, they were spending about $2 to $3 million on expanding voter resources, polling places, and what have you. Hillary Clinton ran. She won by 200,000 votes. That's due to population expansion. But they still were only spending about $4 million.
All right.
In 2018, Beto O'Rourke runs. He wins Houston by about 450,000 votes.
Yeah.
But that's still at the $4 million spending range.
Okay. I'm with you. Keep rocking.
With 20, Linda Hidalgo is now the judge and the county administrator. She puts $31 million into it. How much you think we're gonna win Houston by now? Because people got a chance to vote.
Here's my estimate. 1.1 million votes.
I don't know if you'll win it by that much.
I'm telling you, we're gonna win by that much.
You're gonna win Houston. If you win Houston by 1.1 million votes, Joe Biden win Texas by 4.
1.1 million.
No, I think it'd probably be more like 750, 800,000.
I'm going on a limb. All right. I'm gonna call it flat. 1 million. 1 million votes. It's gonna be between.
Well, if you get 1 million votes, house, it's game over. Everybody go to bed early. Everybody get the blankets. Everybody do whatever you do. It's over. Congratulations. Leslie is telling y'all that the election gonna be called at about 10 o'clock p.m.
Now, Florida. Let's talk about Florida for a minute. Florida concern.
Let's talk about Florida.
So Florida is a different electorate, even with the big population of Hispanics, Latinos in that market. Is still a different. They tend to vote differently on immigration reform. They're driven differently. It's also a huge Cuban influence too. So Florida is a little bit different. And then you got we know what Dade County typically do in that area and Broward, but now when we get into Jacksonville, which is really Georgia, because it's North Florida, Georgia.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you, because Florida is a whole show, but I'm gonna give you the abbreviated version.
All right, let's go.
All my people, I'm gonna give you the abbreviated version.
Okay.
Stop listening to the TV. First of all, can everybody hear me? Public service announcement. Stop listening to the television, because what they are doing is this. You got Democrats, you got Republicans. That's all they talk about on television. Democrats and Republicans, right? So if all you're talking about is Democrats and Republicans, then yes, on the Democratic side and the Republican side, you have groups of Latinx. On the Republican side, you got Cuban Americans. On the Democratic side, you got Puerto Rican Americans. In the middle of that, you have Venezuelans, you got Dominicans, you got Colombians, you got Haitians. Then you may have some Ecuadorians. The largest two populations that they're fighting over when it comes to votes are Cuban American, Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican is the fastest growing group. All right. All that's primarily between Cuban Americans are. We know they in Little Havana and all out Miami-Dade. Right. One thing that's not showing up is the Republican mayor of Miami.
Which that's still, and let's talk about that. The fact that you got a Republican mayor in Miami goes back to get out and vote, right? But anyway, go on.
Yeah, but here's this is all I'm gonna say about him: voter suppression. He had an opportunity to get the Miami Heat's basketball arena, just like everybody else. Like they're using the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Milwaukee Bucks got their arena open. Dallas Mavericks got theirs open. Houston got theirs open. He turned that down because he didn't want that access, because they would have had 200 machines in there. So the number would already be run off by now. So he got them voting out of some of the satellite museum. Okay, fine. But this is what they're talking about on television that's throwing everybody off. Cubans are more conservative, or so you would think. Older Cubans are more conservative. Their kids are not. For the same reason I told you last week or 2 days ago, whenever we did the show, after white kids and Cubans and Latinx, after people spend time together with people, they get an understanding that they just like us. They put their pants on one leg at a time. So it's not all of this bias that's built in.
So what you're talking about is the effects of a global generation.
Right. So
that's what I was referring to with Generation Z that's come behind us, and even Y for the most part, because they were the first global generation.
Right.
And Y was the introduced to global generation. Z has always been global. They don't know anything other than that.
Right. But let's not confuse it.
All right.
So that's the southern part of the state. Then you have the I-4 corridor, which is Interstate 4 that runs between Tampa and Hillsborough, Hillsdale, all the way down.
Right.
That's where the Puerto Rican people are. That's where white people are. But they're older because you got a lot of retirement people down there. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start moving forward. You got the Panhandle. You got the Destins and Pensacola, all the way across. That tends to be very red territory, with the exception of Tallahassee and maybe one other place. The trick to win in Florida is this. Florida likes to find equilibrium. So if they talk about it on television as just DNR, then they left out roughly 2 million voters, because it's a whole bunch of people that don't even declare a party in Florida, and they're not talking about them on purpose because they want to be able to pop it on you Tuesday night and say, "Oh my God, Joe Biden just won because he carried all of these people." Mm-hmm. Don't be fooled, people. If Joe Biden, if what I'm seeing is correct, since 2016, suburban white women, meaning college-educated white women and college-educated white men, and now older white senior citizens and black people and Latinx and young people are all voting for Joe Biden. So it's some kind of way he ought to be able to do the math on all those different groups to win. Okay.
So we got a lot of play here. So I think, it's been a week that's been moving fast. We 5 days before it's all over. You talking about the rest of today? We're not even 5 now. We got 4 and some change. And then early voting in Texas ends today. This is it. Yep. Then the next day of voting, I think for most states, I think we're the last state to end early voting, if I'm correct.
Florida votes Sunday, all the way through Sunday. North Carolina votes through Sunday.
Okay.
North Carolina is the originator of the souls to the polls. So if you got cousins up there and they've been going to virtual church, tell them they need to put their church shoes on Sunday.
They need church shoes on. Let's get it.
They need to watch the pastors, and then they need to go on down there and vote.
Yeah, I even heard here where people were having services going, close to the polls. So you can just go on there. You just gonna go right on over there.
Yeah, it was the church open last night for 24-hour voting in Houston. They had a line wrapped around the building.
Gotta get it.
They also had Bun B performing last night. So,
well, Charles, we had time, man. How do you want to end this thing? You sent me some stuff. How you want me to take you out of here?
Well, put on that Georgia Texas combo, and we ride out to that.
What you want, that Outcast on there?
Yeah, that's Outcast and UGK.
Okay. All right. Well, let me cue that up for you. Let me.
Everybody be safe. Remember what I said. Y'all go get on that app, do some calling, do some texting, influence your circle of friends. Make sure everybody got what they need. Make sure everybody checks on your polling plays Monday. Look like we might need to hire us a DJ.
Yeah, we might need to.
I certainly wouldn't be able to do it. Everybody finds something to do other than just watching TV all day every day this weekend. Get on the phone. It's a whole bunch of different apps out there that you can get on and text. If you don't want to text for Espy, you can text for Bradshaw. If you don't want to text for Bradshaw, you can text for Jamie Harris. If you want to do Louisiana, you can get Adrian Perkins. If you want to participate in one of the big races, Reverend Raphael Warnock, right there, Ebenezer Baptist Church pastor. He's running for Senate in Georgia in a jungle primary against 20 other people. Got to have 50 plus 1 to get that seat.
Yep.
We might not be going out to nothing. Just put Kamala Harris up there and let's ride out. Look like we're having a few technical difficulties. So just put a picture up there and let's go. Everybody have a good weekend.
Leslie and I have known each other since early childhood. We grew up on the same country road in Mississippi.
I think why we're good for the community of Mississippi is because we're a product of this community. We are just two country guys, and we were embedded with what I call the diamonds of good character.
Come, join the family, and help us build the community.